Welcome back to your favorite show and your favorite time of the week, the Childish Grown Up Show. We are the Childish Grown Ups. I am one of the Childish Grown Ups, the world class Maurice Hunter III, aka Mochaccino, here with my wonderful co-hosts, Mia B, Ash Bash. Ladies, we back in this thing. How y'all feeling?
We are definitely back, and I am feeling pretty good.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm tired, but I'm here, you know?
You tired like kids, dad, huh?
Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
1 minute you're giving a lecture to the kids, the next minute you fall asleep. No doubt. But we back in this thing nonetheless. It's good to be back. We are in our third installment of our Summertime Vibe films. Excited about that, of course. This is my favorite rotation of the year. And this was Ash's pick. So look forward to getting into Big Dog Staple today. But before we get into that, y'all subscribe, like all of those things, man. I ain't did it in a while, so I want to shout out some of the other constituents, some of the other fam, some of the other people under the umbrella. Another Week in the Books. Y'all check that out. Culture Garden, we got y'all. On Deck TV. Who'da asked you? Yeah, I say that. Check out some of those other podcasts that we are part of. Oh, No More Half Measures, a Breaking Bad podcast, if y'all are into Breaking Bad. So y'all go check out some of those other things we're part of. But shout out to the fam. We do this thing as a collective, so we're gonna keep doing the thing that we do. All right. With that being said, we do got a few comments, quite a few this week. Actually, it was pretty hot this week for some reason. So we're gonna get into that now. Let's see here. I put them all up in here. Okay. So the first comment that we got, one of the comments we got from our last episode, Roll Bounce 2005 pick, that was Mia's pick. Mama C wrote in, great episode, but Mia is right about the girlies. We are still skating. My childish moment happened when I was skating and I saw my old skating crew. Whoa. Whoa. I have been skating since I was about 10 years old. I was with a crew that traveled and I was known as the unknown diva, LOL, because when I stepped in the rink, the guys would say, "Who is that?" Yo, Mama C is one of the most interested people. Because she'd be like, "Bro, what did you do in your past life?" Her stories just keep getting better, bro.
Lived a full life for sure.
Man.
No idea.
Man, we got. I don't know. I wish if our platform was an interview platform, I would love to hear. We would love to get that exclusive. You know what I mean? Shout out Mama C, still skating. Y'all skate together, Mia?
She always tries to get me to go, and I'm always ducking and dodging because she can skate for real. Like she can skate, backwards and all the and I look like, just enough. I can do just enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Fall a little bit, but I'ma go because she's really been wanting me to go. She's invited me so many times, and I'm always like,
Yeah, there
I
you go.
always hated that I couldn't backwards skate.
Me too.
Because then when they say, "All right, it's time for the," you have to get on off. I'm like,
step off.
She be doing her thing, and I be like,
got the noodle legs. She be getting the noodle legs, just twisting.
Yeah, she can do the whole crisscross leg.
The drop down, come up.
And I'm like, I'm just gliding.
Like, why you trying to get that? Yeah, why you doing this like that? That person that just really get into it, can do the couple, skate too, all that. Like, man, come on, bro.
Endage.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah. Now I remember I did learn how to hit them turns and like cross the legs on the turn. That's probably that's the height of my.
We should go when you get back. We should go just for.
Yeah, I wonder if I could still rollerblade.
Ooh. They used to tear my leg up at the bottom though.
It's real. It's real work though.
Yeah.
Them ankles, boy. We also got another comment from, I think this is a new subscriber. Do making them beats. he wrote a couple of comments on our road bounce. He said that year had the best music. Social media started being popular in movies. Was the best. Yeah, I had a great time in '05, and he also wrote 2005 was killing it. LOL.
Oh yeah, the year the movie came out. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 2005 was a time like that's obviously we can remember that time. That's our era of teenage years. Like we was outside for real, getting into it, getting into things. You know what I'm saying? That's when Mia was hitting the original right there. You know what I'm saying? It was,
And was.
and we all was. You know what I'm saying? Heel towing it out and all that.
Heel toe. I still can't heel toe. Could never do it.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I can anymore, but I used to. Also,
Bye.
we got some comments on Instagram. Ash, this is your peoples out here. You know what I'm saying? It says her name is naturally Kiko.
Kiriko.
Okay, Kiriko, got you. So she wrote in a few comments. So she wrote on our disappearing acts. She says so many people haven't seen this movie. Crying emoji. Man, this movie's a mess.
If she ain't wrong.
She not. You heard it in the review. Hey, if she ain't heard, go check that out. And then she wrote in on, ironically enough, I can't see the name of the movie, but the movie with the girl at the Walmart.
Oh, Where the Heart Is.
Where the Heart Is. She wrote in on that, one of my favorite movies. Deep, you know what I'm saying? Deep cut. Hey, people know what time it is. And then she wrote in also on our movie pick for the Stoop Kids. She had wrote in The Wood, Love Don't Cost a Thing, Poetic Justice, or Training Day. And all of those would have been a great fit actually for this category. But unfortunately, it was already past the deadline by the time the book was supposed to have come out. So I wrote in, I told her, like, appreciate the support, but we just write in on the next one. But shout out to Kiera, man. What you want to say, Ash? That's gang for back then, huh?
Definitely gang day one for sure. Yeah, she hit me on the text first, and she was like, because I had reposted the story of the clip when we were talking about Roll Bounce, and she was like, "Oh, this is so." She's like, "First, I want to say I'm proud of you. This is so dope." And she was like, "This is so you." So she said, "Your ass was always quote movies." I said, "Yeah, that sounds about right." And then, I just told her. She was like, "You got to do thin line between love and hate and stuff." I said, "Hey, you need to follow the page because we do." I told her about our 4th foot rotation where y'all get to pick, but I told her we do it like it'll be a poll and everything. So she probably just put.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told her to follow the page, and now she probably tapped in. So that's my girl.
Now, shout out to her. And what did you want to say, Mia, about these comments here?
She sounds like my type of girl.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, you would like her.
Yeah.
Hey man, well look, she reached out. So Ash, you never know, man. You know, if she start getting familiar with the show, that's another guest spot. She could possibly, get on here and chop it up. Who knows? Thin line might pop up in February. I know it's a grip from now, but who knows? I feel like it's getting close. It's one of the ones where you feel like that itch got to get scratched because that's a movie that's so fit for an hour show.
I can't wait.
Me too. So
apologize.
A motherfucker apologize. So yeah, shout out to Kiera for those comments on our Instagram. She was real active with us, and I appreciate that. We got another comment from our guy, Brian T. He said, "What's going on, family? I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Life is lifing, and the world is worlding. But hey, what are you gonna do? Obviously he know us from Good Earners. He says, I'm still a Stoop kid at heart, so I haven't missed an episode. Keep up the good work, fam. Peace."
Appreciate that, Brian.
Thank you.
Hey, Brian, I shout out to Brian. Hey, man, you always my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like he stay rocking with us, and he be writing in on all of the different DMs. So, and I'm always like in contact with him. So shout out to him for being a Stoop kid. being a supporter of ours, just being all of the different podcasts that we do. And just, he speaks so highly of us. And I'm truly just grateful that we have a show that fits people's lives. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
shout out to Brian T, brother. Thank you, man. And him always being vulnerable with us. And lastly, we got one from Erica Cordoza 6033. I think she's wrote in a few times. She was close. Erica, if you're listening, you were real close this time. You was a lot more closer with your suggestions. She wrote in on, I put a post because I try to give people opportunity on YouTube. Y'all didn't know that? Then y'all know now. If y'all don't follow us on Instagram, our YouTube page, I will put out the poll as well for y'all to vote. People haven't been getting active over there because I don't think they're familiar with YouTube posts as much. But I did put the movies over there, just so y'all know. But she wrote The Secret Life of Bees, which was one of the choices that was there, and Drumline. She been pushing that Drumline. We might have to figure out because she been saying Drumline since Hardball. You know what I mean? So, Erica, stay tapped in with us. Really, stay tapped in with us on a weekly basis and listen to these categories we got, and then you can write in and you can hopefully get your movie, at least get your movie in the poll. You know what I mean? So, shout out, Erica.
Got my wheels turning. I have an idea, but I'm gonna get with y'all.
Okay.
I got to think about our categories we got left because.
Yeah, I got an idea, but we can talk that.
Oh, okay, a new little category. Okay.
I think I know where you might be going with it, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I ain't mad. I can't wait to find this out. But that is all our comments from the Stoop Kids. Again, shout out to y'all Stoop Kids. Got something special coming next week. So y'all stay tuned. This is for the people that are viewers of our show. Got something special coming next week. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna give make it classic. We're gonna do a little show and tell here. So I'm gonna show y'all something for those that are the Stoop Kids that are viewers. Those that are just podcast listeners, bring yourself over to the YouTube so you can see the visual. What I have to show and tell next week. So. But y'all can subscribe here. Y'all can write in childishgrownups3@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, The Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces. And that's it. That's what we own. Now, for some of y'all, the moment y'all be waiting for every week, the Childish Grown Up moment. And I'm gonna throw the ball in Ash's court first. What you got going?
Well, I think Hubs left the Spotify comment. Remember? I think he left
hold
that.
on. Let me see.
Because he told me.
I don't think I sent it. That's what it was. I remember looking at it. Hold on, real quick. I could pull it up just now.
Don't be leaving my husband out. No,
hey, hey man, that's my brother, man. That's your brother-in-law.
Look.
He said, he wrote in. He said, "Hey, y'all got me laughing my ass off at work. Belt to ass, pulling the strap. I'm dying."
He said he be sneaking and listening. He ain't supposed to even be. So he laughing out loud, literally at us.
Hey, I'm so glad you brought that up because that would have been a shame to miss that comment because you're putting it all on the line to listen to our show. You understand what I'm saying? That's a real supporter, man. T, hey, if I would see you in person, I'd dap you, dog. Like, bruh.
I have an incentive, involved.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
I'm just playing. I'm talking about me.
You know what she talking about. You know what your sister talking about. What she's always.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not. I promise.
See, we got to. Hey, look. See, now me and been fighting back here with the narrative. Like, hey, me and been fighting back.
I'm really very innocent.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, we.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing him again.
No, but I was like, dang, he's starting to watch and listen to the whole episode. I'm like,
he really like it.
Yeah, no, I'll be on here cutting up. I'm like, gosh.
People underestimate that, like that type of it's not, it's going past support. I mess with this for real. Mama C, she always, that's a different level. It's like, okay, of course, this is my relative. I rock with him. I'm supporting. But you get past it, be like, nah, this is a part of my Thursdays. I'm looking for this. You know what I mean? So shout out to that. And that, I was glad to get that short out there that, bat to window, bat to car, belt to ass. What a bar. That was so good. So all right, Thanks for reminding me of that, Ash. Keep me on my toes right there. But yeah, shout out to the Stoop kids. Now it's back to you.
Yeah. It's intentional a little bit this time. I wanted to kind of get in my wrestling bag. So me and Tyler, we were watching like some of our favorite wrestlers, like intros, like their entrance walks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, I just was like, man, they used to be such a big thing back then. Mia, stop. They used to be such a big thing. And so I started looking at people's like top 50, top 10 and stuff. And that list was kind of crazy though, because I'm like, you could tell like where the millennial
Yeah.
ends and
Yep.
where I'm like, okay, these people, I don't even know who this is. A lot of them had Randy Orton in like top 15. Like a
Of
lot
like
of them had,
walk in.
but which surprised me. I'm like, it wasn't hitting like that. Goldberg was in a lot of them. Kurt Angle. Babe was kind of hating because he was like, I was like, that you suck was, hey, it started to be legit.
Yeah, it was.
Like, and Andy was cold on the game. Like I told him, hey, Kurt Angle, he was cold on the game. John Cena was in there, so cold. Edge was in a lot of them too. Undertaker came, but yeah, we were just in that bag. I'm
The
just in
Rock.
that bag. I wanted to see, yeah, I like The Rock. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the wrong list.
Yeah, you're in the wrong. Yeah,
because
wrong
I
YouTube.
didn't like that. Triple H was in one too. But yeah, it was just a nice feeling to sit back and just kind of watch something that you used to be into, and he was into it too. So like when we can kind of get together and share those moments together. It was cool. It's cool.
Nah, that's the hey. If y'all go back in that bag, go look at like top wrestling finishers.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I was thinking specials because I'm thinking
Yeah.
the game, but I'm like, that's what I wanted to look at too.
Yeah, go to them finishers, man. I was in a wrestling bag for a little bit when I was like close with this dude I was working with at my last gig. He kind of brought me back in the bag a little bit. So, but yeah, no doubt. All right, that's dope, man. Like, hey, I love it. Like, but they ain't got the Rock or Stone Cold in there. That's insane.
Yeah, that's The Rock. I mean, Stone Cold, but I didn't see Dwayne. I'm like, ain't no list verified without Dwayne.
Yeah, he in every list. All of those are D markets. That's a double entendre. How about that?
Period.
All right, Mia.
Yes. Ash and her husband and their wrestling, what the kids call it nowadays.
What the kids call it.
Stop it.
I love it.
No, mine is just really light. And it's again involving my daughter. She's just like, you know what they say, millennials are raising little millennials. And it's like such a testament to that. My daughter is literally just a little mini millennial in every way. We're in the car and I always take her music requests. And I'll say, any requests? And she's like, can we listen to No Scrubs? That's like her new favorite song. And then after, she's like, can we listen to Baby One More Time by Britney Spears? And then we were listening to It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC. And we just had a whole little
Y'all was listening to what?
that NSYNC, Gonna
No,
Be Me.
but what is the song called?
Isn't that what it's called? It's Gonna Be Me?
You know good and dang well that ain't how we say it.
It's Gonna Be May.
There you go. It's gonna be May.
That's how we sing it, of course, but yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta say it the way we sing.
We had a whole night, like we listened to Genie in a Bottle.
Fire.
And she's into the Spice Girls now. She's just such a cute little mini millennial. She's Gen Alpha, of course, but little mini me.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's so cute.
We get that off at the house all the time. Our daughters, like same thing, mini millennial, like just all that.
Unfortunately, Anthony's not. So I'm like, gosh.
Yeah, he might.
A boy. I don't know. Like he's just.
You know what? That's crazy because that's her daughter. That's our daughter. I don't know. You probably just gotta figure out how to angle it with what he already into. Probably like whatever he's on his tablet or YouTube watching. Maybe it's. I don't know. I ain't got to that stage yet, but that is interesting because it could be that type of thing. But that's dope, Mia. Like, and we were actually. It's not my childish grown up moment, but we were we were randomly going down the Pink bag, like, and just like you know that funny thing of like when we all thought Pink was black. You remember that was a thing,
Light skin pink.
light skin Pink.
Mm.
We showing our daughter that, bruh, and we like, I said, where do we get this from? And then because everything you see her now, she clearly, but like, and then we went back and found like that first album. I think she was signed to LaFace, and she had the pink hair. Like, I was like, oh, I see. Even the video was like, it almost sounded like it was a Maya throwaway. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, this is why we thought Pink was black. And then we seen that Bula Vukuche, that's why. Like, see that, and I was like, wait a minute, they got her and Christina in here. But we legit thought Pink was with us, bro. It's like they don't understand. They I don't feel like they cleared it up. I felt like they just let that narrative just roll until she ended up, of course, going more pop, more rock. But like, I don't think Pink was like necessarily trying to be, but we still look at her. And people, I looked at the comments and they was like, bro, I miss Blackpink. So that's the funny thing that you bring it up, man. But my childish grown up moment, my dad had recently stumbled across footage from 23 years ago. And it was Ash's birthday, turning 11. And I was 13. My brother was 12. I'm actually going to throw a picture of me and my dad in here. I might throw it on the IG. This is like mad young. Like, and it's crazy seeing it because I was like, bro.
God.
I know.
Wait a minute.
I know. The video's even crazier. Like, that's just a picture I took from the video. But seeing that, like, my dad was 33.
Hold on. Okay, Dad.
Girl.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look.
I see it.
Yeah, hey, listen, we thought that was so old. This was like, it was so many mind-blowing parts of the video. Don't worry, you're not going to see Ash in it because she don't want it to be.
Mom, you should let her see Mom.
Oh, here.
Mom.
I'll throw it in the chat, though. Like, this them two.
Mom don't.
This is them two, like, it's the 2003, but it looked like the 90s because
okay.
Yeah, but they getting to it out there. But so the footage was just amazing. It really summarized, and this meant the world to us, for real. Well, because it's so hard to find footage from back then. Like, we in the era now, you can keep footage. Like phones, throw it to the cloud, throw it on a drive. Back then, though, if you lose them disc or whatever with the camcorder, it's over. So the fact that this was discovered and found, and it was found in the most fried way. But I'll save that story for another time. But seeing that video, it really summarized our life in Kentucky in that one video of her birthday party, our cousins, some people in the video that's not even around anymore. So it was so sentimental, almost near tears of joy. And just to wrap up my childish grown up moment, sometimes you know, it seems like your memories get so far away that I'm not gonna say you question did it happen or exist, because you know it did, but sometimes it just feel like it didn't because you're just so far from that time. So seeing this video just like opened up something in me that made me feel just amazing. And my family watched it, and we all just was in that. We just got the feeling of it, you know, and it really resonated. So I'm gonna throw some on there for y'all. Y'all probably like, what is he talking about? Or I want to see. I'm gonna try to find something in there, a good little clip. I'm probably ain't gonna put me dancing because I was definitely not good like that. But but I will put something in there of me just, you know, in the video or whatever. So but yeah, that's my childish grown up moment. Just some recent discovery of 23 years ago, which is crazy to say. And what's even crazier to say is the movie we're doing is almost 40 years ago.
Sheesh.
Now,
is that too much? Too soon?
Now,
I said almost 40 years ago.
Whoa. Even still, almost 40 years ago, this movie came out the year we were born.
I know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're showing our age right now. Me and you, yeah, for sure.
Relax.
My bad.
About 40 years back.
I'm sorry. I go back the way you like it. I'm sorry.
How about we just say this movie came out about 36 years ago?
They ain't doing no justice, but it sounds better. You're right.
Mm.
All right. Well, Y'all know what time it is?
Mia's on the road today.
She is. She cooking.
She is hilarious
You
today.
know, she always cooks under like altered conditions. Like she's sick or she tired. She cooks the most. Like, and that's the
Absolutely.
craziest thing because she was cooking on Disappearing Acts.
Disappearing now, I was just gonna say that. And
Never
she
forget
did
that.
not want to, as much as she don't like it, she did not want to miss that
I
episode.
know, and she went
She was like, I
crazy.
gotta do it.
Went crazy on that one.
But I don't remember if bro mentioned it early on. Just wanted to acknowledge the Stoop Kids yet again. We have reached our goal of 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh yes.
And we really appreciate y'all so much. Put a lot of hard work into putting out this good content and keeping y'all engaged and locked in with us. So again, it's always gratitude, and
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Yeah, I'll say this real quick.
Yeah.
Thank is I echo those same sentiments as Ash, and it's real work when you're not, botting. You're not paying for marketing, paying for promotions. This is just boots to the ground, hard labor. And we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary here in November. So just being consistent, putting out our videos, our audio, and people staying with us, and really the subscribership not dropping off. So really, really working hard at what we do to give y'all great visual, great commentary, great reviews. So thank y'all. I just wanted to say that it's because of the Stoop Kids that we are at 100. So
Yes. Anything you want to say, Mia, before I get into your favorite segment?
Shout out to all of the Stoop Kids, I have to shout out Mama C,
yes.
my nearest and dearest, oldest
Mm-hmm.
and truest
Oh yeah.
supporter. And also to my big sister Candace, because she's also a supporter.
Shout out to her.
Friends, my bestie Nene, because she always reposts our posts as soon as we post it on Instagram story.
Real one.
I love you guys and thanks for the support. And we gonna keep grinding it out and we're gonna get bigger and better.
Mm-hmm.
More to come.
Yeah. All
More
right.
That's right.
Now it is time for the Flash with Ash. And we do have some trivia today, Mia B and Mo. So let's just get right into it. This first one is from The Simpsons. It's like we were talking about The Simpsons recently here at home. I'm like, I'm back in rotation.
Yeah.
So, what is the first name of Homer's mother? Jacqueline, Gloria, Mona, or Susan?
Ooh-wee.
I feel like Mona is one of Marge's sisters for some reason. I don't know why. Jacqueline. I don't even remember what Homer's mom looked like. That's
Me neither. I know his dad, and I know,
we know his dad, Grandpa.
but I can't remember his mom.
Say the names
No,
again.
we probably ain't watched it in so long.
Yeah, those deep cuts.
You want the names again?
One more time.
Susan, Jacqueline, Mona, or Gloria? I
I'm
got the image of her if you want to see her.
Oh yeah, drop
Yeah,
the.
you know, black people, we like to say, "Oh, you look like a."
All right, let me get it in. Let me make sure the name ain't in the flick.
Hook it up.
Let me put this in here for y'all. I mean, I shouldn't be helping y'all, but
They ain't really helping us, giving us a picture. Like we ain't gonna remember.
They haven't them from the options.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so
Mm.
I'm think Susan, Gloria.
I'm gonna go with Gloria.
Gloria. I'll go with Gloria too.
It's incorrect. It is Mona.
Mona.
Your first instinct was right, bro. This is
No,
Mona.
I was wrong.
No, you said Mona initially. He was like,
Yeah, I said
no,
Mona. I thought it was Marge, one of Marge's sisters.
Oh, okay. All right. The next one we're going to is That's So Raven, one of our favorites.
Mm-hmm.
What is Raven's middle name? Maria, Lydia, Nicole, or Denise?
One more time.
Maria, Lydia, Nicole, or Denise? Raven's middle name.
It's either Nicole or Denise.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm gonna go Nicole because I feel like I heard her say Raven Nicole. Like I don't know, in my mind I'm hearing something. Maybe it was a different show.
Martin, Anya Nicole.
Okay, see, thank you.
I mean, no, I'm just saying. You know,
Nah, but I mean Nicole is a popular middle name. You know what I mean?
it's my middle name.
Exactly. uh Raven Denise Baxter. Raven Nicole Baxter. I'm just gonna go with Nicole.
The next one, oh, okay. I didn't know if you need the other two.
Raven Nicole Baxter, Raven Denise Baxter.
And
I'm
then
gonna go with.
You want the other two, or are you good?
What are the other two again?
Marie and Lydia.
I'm gonna go with Nicole. We're gonna stand in solidarity.
okay.
It's a great middle name, but that is incorrect.
Yes.
It's Lydia.
I said in my mind I said it's probably there's so possible it could be something totally different.
Said Chelsea mentioned her middle name in the Juicer Consequences episode.
Lydia.
Raven Lydia Baxter.
Yeah, you know who wrote this script.
Right.
Name one.
Huh?
Name one.
Exactly. You know who wrote this script. That's all you
Hey. Listen, I'm just the messenger, okay? All right, we're gonna reel it in with Sister. I'm hitting y'all with some of the favorites. What was the name of the twins' biological mother? Lisa Landry, Dorothy Daniels, Gabby Matina, or Vivian Campbell?
Say the second one again.
Dorothy Daniels.
That's it. Dorothy Daniels.
That's what I was gonna go with too.
That is incorrect.
Really?
It was Gabby. Gabby Matina. It says this was in season 6.
I remember the episode, but I guess I thought, damn.
Yeah, these are basic, but these are not basic for people that don't watch. Like we haven't watched these shows in like 20 years, bro. We need a little.
Man, you get no pity for me, man. You get
hey, man,
no
you gotta will it in slightly. You know what I mean? You know our specialty. Her
Raven's middle name,
bruh.
That wasn't crazy to me.
How many times did they say
it'd be different if you was like okay, what's Gina's boss's name or something? Like it's like okay, it's deep enough, but we watched the show enough to get.
Man, listen,
we're just guessing. Like we have no kind of like knowledge of anything.
You might have to get back in that bag.
I understand. We need to do better. My knowledge is very, I'm very skilled in the Sex and the City of it all.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Right, we bodied it last week, of course.
You are very skilled in the Girlfriends of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mo.
I'll take the Seinfeld for sure. Yeah.
Go 3 on Seinfeld, see it, bro. Because I never did that either. So I might give you a run also. But with that being said, we can't negate what has happened here today. You guys are 0 for 3 today on the Flash with Ash, and we thank you.
It's okay because I was 3 for 3 last.
That's all right. Yeah, we ain't gonna forget that. Like you know what I'm saying.
But it was okay. That was last week. I don't remember nothing about the raps.
Hey, y'all run back to footage. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she was doing her big one. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't do a big one today. We did our little one today, but that's all right. All right. Well, thank you, Ash, for that. Of course, before Mia B takes us into the time machine, we have not covered 1990 and the lay of the land and what was going on then. So let's get into a little bit of that. So as far as movie releases, we had Home Alone. And if y'all haven't already, go check out our Home Alone review. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we were early on it, but we ain't had a subscribership yet. But y'all go back, and if y'all don't want to check it out now, save it for your Christmas. Y'all can go back and watch it. Got something to listen to at the same time. The movie Ghost came out, as well as Pretty Woman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Die Hard 2, Total Recall, Goodfellas, Edward Scissorhands, Misery, and House Party. just to name a few. Those are all pretty much bangers. Like ain't really no, you know, as far as television goes, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air premiered. We love that. One of my favorite shows, Beverly Hills 90210. In Living Color became a cultural phenomenon. Ironically enough, as Ash mentioned earlier, The Simpsons aired its first full season. Family Matters and Different World were among the biggest sitcoms. And kids watched Tiny Toons, Captain Planet, Captain Planet, all right, and DuckTales. Yes, we were babies at that point. As far as the soundtrack of the 90s, or 1990 rather, MC Hammer, Can't Touch This, Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. Mariah Carey debuted with Vision of Love. Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison. We know what that did. In Vogue, Hold On. One of my favorite beats of all time. Janet Jackson remained one of the biggest stars. Hip hop continued moving into the mainstream with artists like Public Enemy, Digital Underground, and LL Cool J. As far as video games and technology, this should be interesting. Super Nintendo, or the SNES, launched in Japan. North America launched the year after, 91. Game Boy exploded in popularity thanks to Tetris. Now, for y'all that are a little younger, it's the OG Game Boy. It's the big thick boy with the green screen, not like the Game Boy Color in the pocket and Advance, but it's that OG thick Game Boy with the Macintosh color. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, Nintendo dominated. Portable cassette players and Walkmans were still everywhere. What a time. They had the cassettes. VCRs were essential in almost every home. That was the DVD before DVD. And even now, y'all don't even know what that is for some people that's really young. As far as sports go, the Detroit Pistons won their second straight NBA championship. Michael Jordan was becoming the NBA's biggest superstar just before the Bulls championship dynasty began. Mia like this one. The Cincinnati Reds swept the Oakland Athletics to win the World Series. She fried. You so fried. The New York Giants won the Super Bowl following the 1990 season. As far as news and pop culture, the Berlin Wall had recently fallen and Germany was officially reunified. The buildup of the Gulf War dominated the news after Iraq invaded Kuwait. Earth Day celebrated its 20th anniversary. Neon colors, cross colors, high top fades, the baggy fashion were everywhere. Lastly, the things that really screamed the 1990 house party with no smartphones, just word of mouth, boom boxes blasting, New Jack Swing and hip hop, Jerry curls, high top fades, and Gumby haircuts, colorful windbreakers, cross colored outfits, solo cups, pizza, dancing competitions, neighborhood DJs, and renting movies from your local video store on a Friday night. And that's the lay of the land of 1990. Now we're going to get into the time machine. And Mia B is going to take us back to the movie that we're reviewing today.
All right, going back to 1990, and we will be talking about the classic House Party. Kid decides to go to his friend Play's house for a party, but neither of them can predict what's in store for them on what could be the wildest night of their lives. Forecast, we have Christopher Kid Reed as Kid, Christopher Play Martin as Play, Martin Lawrence as Bilal, Tisha Campbell as Sydney, AJ Johnson as Shireen, the late great Robin Harris as Pop, Paul Anthony, Bow-Legged Lou, and B Fine as Stab, Pee Wee, and Zilla. Also known as Full Force, they were a group. We also have appearances from Clifton Powell as Shireen's brother, Gene Allen as Groove, Daryl Mitchell as Chill, John Witherspoon and BB Drake as Mr. and Mrs. Strickland, and an appearance from George Clinton as the DJ. And this movie was released March 9th of 1990.
I thought Play's name was Peter.
In the movie?
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, got you. All right. Well, since this was Ash's pick, I'll let you lead by being kind and rewind for the listeners. What is your earliest experience with this movie, watching it, and what was it like this time watching it?
This is a classic in the household. I'm sure many of our households. And we were a dancing family. Like we always dancing. We're very musically inclined. It's in our DNA. So I just remember us dancing. We were doing the kid and play dances. Me and my other brother Bubba, we would do Shireen and Sydney when they dancing. We would go over a friend of the family, Bebe's house. That was her name, Bebe, which is crazy. And she always would just keep making us do that dance, that charade and Sydney dance. So we would do that. She just loved it. She's cracking up. And we just do it over and over because as kids, you know what I mean? You don't care. They probably laughing at you, but you just, you know what I mean? You're in the kid mode.
You like the attention.
Yeah, you like, okay, I'll do it again. But, and then the kid play dance, of course, classic. Still can do that to this day. Um, man, overall, just really enjoying the movie and the playlist. Insane. Feel good movie. Just remember feeling good watching it and just being excited. And watching it this time, of course, it was nice seeing Tisha Campbell in there. And, but watching it this time, it still felt good. Like the intro was the roof coming off, like you know what I mean, and then the sound system, like it just. I'm like, oh yeah, we in it now. So it was an enjoyable watch this time as well. I was trying to contain myself from like saying all of the all the lines during the movie because I watched it with Tyler. So I was just trying to restrain myself from quoting every single part because it's easy to do. But yeah, overall, still holds up for me. Still classic.
What about you, Mia?
Okay, so this may come as a surprise, but I actually didn't see House Party until I was like in high school. I was late to the party, which is why it comes as a shock to most people that the first House Party movie I saw was actually House Party 3, which is probably why I have an emotional connection to it. And people hate House Party 3, but I love it so much because I think it's very late mid 90s. Like it gives that vibe like with TLC and Immature and all that. And so it was just like my introduction. So then when I saw House Party and I was like, "Oh, okay, it makes more sense. Everything makes more sense now for, seeing the third one." I'm like, oh, "Okay, I get it now." But even so, like from the first time I saw it, like I realized why it was a classic because I loved it and it still holds up. It will always hold up. Like the dance, the music, the whole thing, the vibe is just like perfect. It's the perfect teenage 90s introduction to the 90s type movie, like that 80s 90s transition. And yeah, like watching it anytime I watch it, like it's still a good time. It still feels like watching a classic.
That's a great that's great. Like just hearing that backstory, you like being late to the party because it'd be like that sometimes. Like that's similar to how I feel about like Sister Act 2, where it's
Mhm.
like people like, well, bro, you sleeping on Sister Act 1 or whatever. Which Sister Act 1 is good too, but like I was exposed, and it's probably maybe more connection. Because I mean, I don't think nobody would debate Sister Act 2 is better, but I think some people, if they were on one, they might feel more connected to it. But like as far as House Party goes, um, for me, being a kid, this was just the flyest thing as a kid. Like I never seen, you know, this level of like cool. Everything about it was so cool. Again, and it's mind blowing because they were so futuristic coming out of the '80s. Like normally it's not a it's the beginning of the decade. They're about to set the trend. It don't normally work like that. It's normally like a few years into the decade that sets the trend for the decade. But they were like already kind of ahead of it. It didn't feel '80s at all, and that was the amazing thing. So when I watched it back then, I thought they were so cool. I thought I got some things to say about Play. We all got things to say about Play. We'll get there when we talk about it. But I just seeing Play. I mean, the fade was fly. The suit. I was like, bro, like this man had three outfits from the in the same day, and all of them was hitting. You know what I mean? So I just remember thinking like Play was so fly. I remember thinking Kid was, he was nerdy, but he was cool to me still because I was like, I just thought he was just like underrated or whatever. I thought, of course, Shireen, Sydney, beautiful. It's just this world that it's like it was enjoyable then, so it's one of the ones that stuck with me. And then now it's one of those things where we do so much film review. We'll be coming up on our 100 movies in a few, and it makes you just want more aspects of the movie. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want more of their high school life. What happened in high school? Because we get a little story about Kid and there, and then you wanted more of their friendship, and you wanted more of Shireen's life. Her being like more of a in the hood neighborhood girl. Like, what's up with that? And what's up with sitting? Like, this makes me want more of everything. And of course, that wasn't the era to do all the explaining, but it made me want that. So, with that being said, um, let's get into some overall discussions. All right. So I know y'all familiar with there was a possibility at one point that Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff were going to be casted, or they maybe reached out to them to play this role. And I think it was even something on the flip side for Kid and Play to possibly do Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type of thing. I want to ask, how do y'all think it would have? What type of movie do y'all think it would have been if you got Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff playing this role? What do y'all think about that?
I didn't even know that actually. So Jazzy would be Play.
Oh yeah, man, he may be the other way. I feel like maybe Will would probably be, more of the Play, and then I think Jazzy Jeff probably would have been more of a Kid type of thing. Maybe
I don't know. Like I think Will, I could see Will being, but for Jazzy, I'm feeling like Bilal low key for him. Not even just because of the DJ aspect, but I just feel like, man, we're talking like the new Bel Air Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like he was more, but like on the Fresh Prince, Jazz wasn't like super, swaggy or like smooth like that. But so I don't know how I would feel about Jazz and what role he would play, but I definitely could see Will in it for sure. Um, just off of how he acted on Fresh Prince, he was popular. He had the cool gear. The ladies loved him. He raps, so I could see Will in it. Jazz, I don't know how that would work. I mean, I think it could work, but it's trying hard to transition from Kid and Play to But yeah.
I'm gonna say no. It's just a no. Just an automatic, immediate no for me. There are certain things that just work out exactly the way they're supposed to. And this is one of those things where I feel like it worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. I don't know, like, will his career trajectory, I feel like trajectory whatever. I feel like it went exactly the way it was supposed to. And I don't think, even though Will became such a big star and is the bigger star, I still don't see House Party becoming what it was without Kid and Play. There's something about them. Like, Play is the player. Like, he was cute, he was cool, like, he had that aura about him. And then Kid, with his extremely high top fade, was a part of the persona. And the fact that he was biracial, like, it played into, like, of course this is a trope of the earlier years, the 90s, early 2000s, of like the softer, nerdier, light-skinned guy, but it played into the personalities of Kid and Play kind of playing off of each other. And the way Jazz and Will play off of each other is still very great chemistry, but I don't think it works for this relationship dynamic, if you know what I mean. Like Ash said, I would see Jazz playing more of a Bilal character, and even that, I think Martin took that role so much and made it his own that I can't see anybody else playing that either.
I feel differently. I think that I think they could have killed it. To be honest, I don't think it would have been better. I don't think, but I can see Will really commanding it and doing enough, and then and Jazz doing his thing. Like, of course, it'd be the whole plight of maybe instead of a rapper DJ thing where it's like, oh, your DJ sets suck, and it's gonna be the night that he's gonna really make the party go up. I could see it working. I could, it's you probably had to add like I mean, similar to this one where you have a Bilal character, you might have to add an additional maybe rapper with Will to like fill that void, but he's like maybe the lesser, similar to Bilal. But I could see it working. Like I think Will and that kids just don't parents just don't understand that era and everything he brought, even that pilot of Fresh Prince, like the, just beating on the door, making beats. Like I could see it working. I don't think it's a better movie. I don't think it's the same movie, but I still think it would be a good movie. That's for me. So I do find that very interesting. My next question I want to ask y'all: how good was Robin Harris in this movie? And this is our second movie with Robin Harris. Obviously, we did Baby Kids. You ain't heard that? Go check that out. How do y'all think he did in this movie? A lot of his parts, a lot of lines and stuff were ad lib in the movie, and he obviously passed 9 days after the movie was released from a heart attack. Unfortunately, he's one of the greatest what ifs in the comedian world. How do you think Robin Harris carried this role as Kid's father?
I think he did great. I think Robin Harris did what Robin Harris does. Very natural, fit right in. Definitely was giving the overbearing, protective father. It was like, did he work third shift or was he like? I was getting third shift vibes, but maybe not. But
it could be like on a night shift to third. Like it could be like an early afternoon that maybe rolls into like a 1-2 o'clock type of thing, maybe.
Okay, because I was just saying like he had kids' breakfast ready and then he was knocked out, so it made me think like he was like third shift.
Oh, maybe you might be right. Yeah,
he worked nights, so I took that to like.
Okay. Yeah, like I think he did great, and then of course his interaction with the cops, and I'm sure that was definitely not scripted. It was just him, and like, but he still had that fatherly, like, no nonsense. You know what I mean? You ain't going to the party, all that. We'll get into it, but like, I couldn't see anybody else being Kid's dad. Like, I don't know who would suffice.
Bernie Mac.
But yeah,
but that was too early. Like that was early Bernie Mac.
And he ended up being his uncle later on in House Party 3.
Yeah, I ain't watched House Party 3 in like forever.
I don't remember nothing about that.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's okay. Say less.
Forever in a day. Please look at her. She goes. Hey, it's coming at some point. It's coming. You know it is. What you feel about Robin in this role?
Oh, I loved him. I think he was so believable as a tired, overworked single father. Like he wore that very well. And I loved his chemistry with Kid. It was really sweet. It was like he was just wanting the best for his son, as a single father now. He's tired, but he wants his son to do good in school. Like it was believable. He was of course, Robin Harris is playing Robin Harris because a lot of the ad libs are his jokes, and he was, being himself. But in this character, it was just a very believable role for him.
Yeah, no, he did it. I mean, and I think again, like, because I think I had seen something where it was like they were kind of talking about the script or what they had written for him, and it was so minute, and they had like ad lib or whatever. So the fact that he could get this level of substance was amazing, because it was these moments he's going on his rant because he's doing the Robin Harris thing, but then he comes back into like, okay, I got to remember I am a father. And it was just amazing. Like every time, like when I think House Party, when I think characters, I think Kid and Play, and then I think um, Stan and all of them, and then I think Kid's dad, and then I
Hmm.
think Shireen and Sydney. You know what I mean? But I think of him very quickly when I think about this movie. So, um, did y'all watch the newest House Party?
Was that Jacob Lattimore in it? I didn't. I meant to check it out though because I'm a Jacob fan, but
Yeah.
nope, I didn't watch that one.
I
Okay.
didn't either. I love Jacob Lattimore, but I didn't watch it though.
We watched it recently. It was a good movie until there was this one point of the movie that was so unnecessary. They get into like some Illuminati type stuff. It was so it didn't even fit, bro. And I was like, oh, y'all, the movie, y'all trashed it right there. That's why nobody talk about it. That's why it's on YouTube for free. All of that, bro. I was like, yeah, that's where y'all dropped the ball. Whoever was over that, because it was so not needed. Like when you watch it, you'll see like, why is this the play? You don't even need it. But other than that, the movie was good. It makes sense. It was fun. You know, you get the kid and play feeling. You know, it ain't Ralph though, but it's a good movie. I would still tell people to watch it, but that segment was a small segment, but it was so unnecessary that to me just hurts the movie completely. Just is like
Who was alongside Jacob?
I don't know. It was this dark skinned dude. I don't know him
Oh,
from
okay.
anywhere, but he did a great job as well. Like Jacob does. He plays good as he's kind of the kid character, so he plays good for the the over worrying person because that's what Jacob does the best. Shout out to the shy, like man, come on, bro, I told you, man. Like he does that the best. So, um, okay, so just a few interesting things about the movie before we get into our review. Um, let's see here.
I have a cute little Jacob Lattimore story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
my age a little bit, about 15 years ago when I was 21. I took my oldest niece to a concert. It was like Mindless Behavior, Jacob Lattimore, and the OMG Girls. And this is like, this was their era of like Kitty, you know. And we had great seats. I got her, we were like in the third row, but it was like the rows got longer. So we were basically in the front row. I remember Jacob Lattimore came on singing and he had roses and he handed my niece a rose and she like passed out in my arms, did the fake faint, like, oh, but he gave her the rose and it was just the cutest thing. And I've been a Jacob Lattimore fan ever since because he made my niece's night that night.
Wow. That's
That's
dope.
what's up.
Me and my sister used to fake faint at church. You could get hands laid on you, we fake faint. You know what I mean? Because we knew
So much,
somebody.
so much pep talk going up there. Like you
Oh
gonna do
yeah,
it?
you
You
gonna
gonna
do
do
it?
it?
You gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. You gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. And then if one of us wouldn't do it, like, bro, you gonna leave me hanging? Like, all right, now I got But anyway, that's good. That's really good. So just a few interesting things. Robin Harris and John Witherspoon improvised most of their lines. During the party at Play's house, all of the dance sequences were done with no music.
It's crazy.
No music, bro. AJ Johnson choreographed her and Tisha Campbell's routine for the battle. The toe touch and kicks were actually signature moves for Kid and Play. They had become very popular as backup dancers for Salt and Pepper. Using these and more acrobatic stunts, the music was added after the dancing had been shot.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, there's a YouTube video if y'all interested to watch like the making of it. It's probably like a little over 30 minutes or something like. And Play is like kind of like, oh, this is the set. This is blah blah. Just kind of like a world premiere, like backstage type of thing. But in that video, AJ Johnson and Tisha was saying that like, hey, we actually came up with that. We gave that to them, but we came up with that. Like, so I don't know. I can't verify that, but that's what they were saying. Like, yo, that move, like they only beat us because we got it. That's how the movie got to go. Like, so I was loving that type of energy or whatever. The movie was filmed at Play's real life home
Huh.
in Los Angeles.
Wow.
That's
That's,
cool.
that is. Um, of course, we talk about this was the final film for Robin Harris. This was also based on a short film that served as a thesis film for director Reginald Hudlin for his Harvard University degree. And you can find the House Party short film that came out. I think it came out in the '80s. If you want to watch it, you want to see his original short film version. It's on there. Um, I watched some of it, like not when we did this, but like a little bit ago, and he definitely elevated. This is like way up there. Of course, Full Force was an American group, American music group, hip hop and R&B singers. Um, Now, here's one of the best, interesting things that I found. I said, bro, this is amazing. So in 2022, it was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress, deeming it culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
this film is almost as like in this Hall of Fame type of territory, which for what it captures. Um, John Witherspoon and BB Drake also played husband and wife in a movie we did, Boomerang. I got to coordinate. Um, when Pops shows up at the party looking for his son, he says the line "Test tube, baby," and of course that was in his stand up. We used to say that, all of us. The reference, and I'm glad they had it because I was wondering what this was. The reference to Dick Gregory's diet, the Slim Bohemian diet, is made twice. It's said twice in the movie, which we know that. Um, it was only 11. It was only an 11-year age difference between Robin Harris and Kid. Right, that's crazy because Kid was like 25 or something like that, and he was 36.
Oh Lord, that is a hard 36. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. That
But
nah, that's our age, me and Mia right there. That's
yeah,
I told you, bro. But people, uh, we look younger now because of all of the different things. Now we look younger now in these ages than how I was back in the day. But I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to spend too much more time on this because I know we're ready to get into it. And I don't know how long this can go and where it will go. So, but there's plenty of more interesting information about the movie. But let's get into the movie. So, Mia, since you're here, where do you want to start? We can go anywhere you want to go.
we talked about it a lot in the overall discussion, but the first thing I had in my notes was just talking about Kid and Pop and
Okay.
just the dynamic of their relationship before Kid goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
We see Pop as single dad, but he's doing a great job making breakfast before, after he gets off work, making sure Kid eats it because, he's giving him a lecture and falls asleep before Kid can even go downstairs. But as soon as he gets downstairs, he hears Pop say, "Kid, finish your breakfast."
Mm-hmm.
Um, even though he, was knocked out, he still has that daddy sixth sense to
Yeah,
know.
light sleeper. That's a foreshadowing.
Yeah, he knows his son is gonna try to walk out the house without eating, so, he yells down for him to finish his breakfast. And it's just one of the things about the movie that stands out to me is the dynamic between him and Kid, because Kid is, I don't want to say, like, he is cool, but in a understated way. You know what I mean? Like, he's
Mm-hmm.
not the play. Like, he doesn't have all the game, and he's not the smooth kind of cool. He's just cool because he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's unique. He has his own style. He's himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like the super high top fade, is historical.
Yeah, that is the high top fade of high top fades. Like
Exactly.
Kid is the standard for high top fade. So I hope I get there. Go ahead.
Oh Lord.
I'm on my journey right now. So
But that's it. That was all I have for them.
What do you want to say about that relationship, Ash, between Kid and Pop?
I agree with me. I think they had a great relationship. I think it's one thing to respect your parents, but it's another thing to like each other. Like you can tell that he liked his dad. Like he respects him. Obviously, you know he's hardworking. His mom passed. He's holding it down. But he likes his dad. You know what I mean? So it's not, even though he does feel like he's a little overprotective, but he's like, my dad, my pops, he's cool. Like even when he talking to Sydney on the walk, like so you can tell like he rock with him. It's just he just got the reins a little too tight. So I feel like Kid kind of want more independence, but also he pops is making sure he understands responsibility, and then there's consequences for things if you don't do what you need to do. So I think it's a good line where he's at, Pops. I don't think it's overly, but it's just like, and then he wanted to watch movies with him. He's like, oh, got Dolomite. So again, he wants to spend time with him, but also he was willing to let him go to the party with his friends.
Yeah.
And it was a weeknight. I mean, a weeknight. So in my mind, I was wondering what day of the week it was. I'm like, it can't be Friday because that's going into the weekend. So I feel like maybe it was like a Thursday or something.
Probably Thursday because Clay's parents was going out of town. So I feel like it'd be crazy to be like, this is a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? I feel like it'd be like closer. Like
that's what I was thinking. But and I wasn't thinking that before, but this time watching, I'm just kind of like my gears
you
was kind of
picking up everything.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, like I said, I love the dynamic, and the BTA at the end, so.
Definitely BTA, straight up, like doubling down. What
BTA.
What Child McBride should have did on the last episode. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey man, listen.
We're going viral, baby.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, all the things y'all said, I like the part that stood out to me really was like when you said Ash about oh man, I thought we was gonna watch a movie tonight, and then there was even a moment where once we'll talk more about the school aspect, but like once he gets home from school and there's this moment where he's going at him and he's just like, man, you need to keep your head in them books and not on them girls before you end up making the same mistake that I did. And like obviously he could put two to two together saying like, oh, I'm a mistake child. And so Kid putting it, and he realized, like, that's why I said Robin Harris did his big one, because the way he had readjusted it said, I don't mean it like that. And he really sympathized with him in that moment. But then it came back, and that's why I said, bro, this is a black parent at its finest, because he really sympathized and realized, like, okay, I was talking a little too crazy right there. I should have never said that. I got to realize I'm assuming that he's 17, I guess. I don't know, 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. Like, I feel like they're seniors or something like that. But he said, but he ain't going to that party. You know what I'm saying? Like how quickly we snap back into that, and that's a fine line in parenting. Us three being parents, is like you want to sympathize because you don't ever want your child to feel misunderstood or not loved. But you also got to understand what time it is. Like I'm big mama right now. You understand? I'm big daddy. Don't play with me. And I love that. That was just like, that was the definitive parental moment to me for that, other than him going out searching for his son. And it was a huge deal because, and again, watching it, it makes you wonder, like, how did this guy end up with a white woman? You know what I mean? Was this just a one-off situation? And then now it became okay, well, I'm going to handle my responsibilities in the hood type of thing. It was interesting. And again, of course, Kid, as far as the parental thing, Kid is just wanting plays privileges, and that's the dichotomy of this movie. Kid wants plays privileges, but even though we don't get it, I imagine Play would actually want what Kid has, in the sense that the parents pay more attention to him. And then you go over to the other two women, Sydney and Shireen, and you look at it like that. Like Sydney wants those privileges that Shireen has, where she can kind of leave when she won't, kind of do whatever because she in the hood. But Shireen probably wants like a household where it's structured. So there's a theme going on here. I know it's not meant to be as deep as it is, but like we've watched this so many times, you're picking up these other layers. And I'm sure Reginald Hudlin probably was sprinkling these things in. If people catch it, they catch it. But if they don't, it's just a party movie, So, but Robin Harris did this big one. I really enjoyed him. I love all of his quotes, and he's a star and it's so saddening to know that this is where it ends because where he was about to go, whoo. So yeah, Ash, where you want to go next, man?
Sydney and Shireen. Shireen. um, love their friendship. Love that dynamic. And I had a question for y'all out the gate though. Like, was Sydney second choice for Kid? Like, are we believing? And this is just offer it. Would y'all say Sid was his second choice?
Ah,
I get into just their dynamic.
age old question. I think I feel like at first, yeah, but the only reason I shoot a little bail his way is because sometimes, like, Shireen was more forward. She was the more, outgoing of the two, and that can be really attractive, like, especially at that age in both men and women, girls and boys. You see the more outgoing, she dressed a little bit, sexier. And so, of course, the louder personality gets more shine, more notice. But I think once he actually started talking to Sydney and got to know her, he realized that she was actually the one that he liked more. I think he liked them both, but Shireen was throwing it, so Kid was trying to catch it. He, I don't think he liked her more than Sydney. I think it was just he's a teenage boy. Availability is always at the top of the list.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Did
He.
you
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
said that, did you hear that question I was asking, bro?
Well, what was the
Before
question? What was the question?
uh was Sydney Kid's second choice before I got into what I
I
was
mean,
gonna say
what?
about
He says it in the movie. Like, he told her like, if I got to be honest with you, like, I would have had you as the friend. You know what I mean? Like, I would have friend zoned you, so to speak. So
well I don't oh go ahead.
she was his second choice because all he's basing it on is attraction, which is just high school mentality. He's not basing it on any other
Mhm.
foundational thing. So Sydney was his second choice. She was right, and he even said it. But I always watched this movie back then, and I thought that it fit perfectly where it was going. At least I like Shireen's a little out there more, players out there more, and then them
Mhm.
two were a little bit more structured and more settled in.
Reserved.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, go ahead, finish what you were saying. I didn't want to cut off your points you was getting to.
You good. Agree with what y'all said. Yeah, I think initially Shireen was Kid's first choice because again, like you said, she was a little more outspoken, more flirty. She enjoys the attention. She wasn't afraid to flirt. And Sydney was more like in the cut, more reserved, um, thoughtful, and not really like moved by popularity necessarily. Um, but yeah, I love their friendship and their dynamic because it was never competitive, and that's something that I appreciated about the movie. It didn't turn them against each other because, we know how this can go in a lot of movies where the two women are over a guy and then you're trying to outdo each other for the guy's attention and stuff. So I just love that they both had their own confidence in their own way. Both attractive ladies and
Mm-hmm.
could get any of the dudes. I mean, either one of them was ready to, whoever, just like Mia said, teenage boy, whoever is available and ready to go right now. They may lean more to that, but then once you start having these deeper conversations, then you peel back the layers
A lot of jazz.
past,
A lot of jazz.
past the physical attraction. Um, yeah, I love
Ooh,
that.
scandalous. Sorry, I had to say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's cool. But no, yeah, I just touch on their friendship. Solid, fun. Like they talk shit to each other. Like I love that type of dynamic. Y'all know I done said this over
Yeah.
plenty of episodes. This is how me and my people roll. So yeah.
What do you want to say about that, Mia? About their friendship? What that really stood out to you?
I agree. I love their friendship. It's like yin and yang. It reminds me a lot of me and my best friends, depending on who I'm with. There's one friend in particular who I would say is probably the Shireen to my Sydney.
Hmm.
Um, and you could tell that like they have and I say this all the time, but they have great on-screen chemistry, just like they feel like real friends, you know? Like they I don't know how old they were when this was filmed, but they sound and act like two high school girls. Like just the way that they giggle a little bit when the boys are talking to them and they have like this confidence. You can tell that Sydney might get a little bit of confidence from Shireen, just like rub off on her a little bit. Not that Sydney wasn't confident on her own, but it was like you can tell Shireen kind of puts the battery in her back and like, pulls her out of her shell maybe a little bit as the more sheltered friend, and Shireen being a little bit more street smart and outgoing. And it's a balancing act. They balance each other out. And I love one thing I really love about their friendship is even though Shireen was being getting more attention from Kid and Play. And when Sydney and her were talking about it, it wasn't a jealousy or an anger. It was just like they could really have a conversation about it, joke about it, and move on, once it was established that Sydney like Kid, neither one of them felt like they needed to fight over it. It was just like, okay, girl, do your thing. And it was just real, like healthy friendship dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that in women's friendships
Oh
and
man, yeah. You could take a page out of this book for sure. It's an interesting thing because again, I know we'll delve into the other friendship of the movie. It's interesting because kind of polar opposites where Shireen and Sydney, you know, Shireen is that girl. You know what I mean? She has that confidence and stuff, and she pretty much can, get any guy at the party or whatever. And again, Sydney's no slouch at all. Like, let's not get twisted. You just happen to be with the person that just slightly got you. And that's just sometimes how it go. And I'll speak to that in the later section. And so it's an interesting thing with that. And then, of course, they both are kind of, pouncing on Kid versus the flip side with Kid and Play. Play is the guy that normally gets the girls and he put it on, but they ain't really messing with him. They're messing with like kind of the underdog. So it's this interesting like thing that they're doing through the movie. And I don't want to use colorism. I don't think that they were intentionally trying to use colorism there, but it is an interesting flip on it on both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was dope. I think that again, what I said earlier, I think they what makes those friendships work really well is because each other kind of can yearn for a little aspect of where each other comes from. You know what I mean? Like I think Sydney pulls up to the neighborhood where Shireen is, and this is her. Obviously, by the time this movie's out, she's been there quite a few times. You know what I mean? So it's not new to her. Because even when she was like sitting there opening the door and her brother was there, and he's like, "Hello," she was like, "Hello," and he's like, "Man, come on here with your big nose." You know what I'm saying? Like that's how clearly they see each other all the time. And I don't know how many times Shireen came back, and I almost was like, "Is this the original Nunu?" That's what my mind went in the initial like watching this. I was like, "Is this the original Nunu?" But I was like, "Nah." I think people probably knew because Play even alluded to it in the party. He's like, "Nah, the type of girl she is. She's fat. The cash is nice. You go down there, you go to the basement, you in there." Like, he was locked in because he says it's a different scenario. So their friendship was dope to me. A very interesting dynamic. This one I'm glad this has been like put into somewhere historically because this is a film to be studied. There's so many conversational pieces around that. I could talk all day just on their friendship and what they were doing because the reaction they were having when they both were talking about Kid and Sydney, like, I mean, not Sydney, but Shireen. I mean, oh yeah, Sydney reacting to Shireen, being like, "Oh, I thought you said he was immature and stuff." And she was like, "Well, yeah, but I also said he was cute," and that, which is true. She did say that, like, so that whole thing, we'll get into that like once we get to like the kind of climax of it all. But like, let's get a little bit into Kid and Play's friendship, or even Play Kid, and maybe even throw Bilal in there. Kid gets into a fight at school, a one-sided fight, what should we call these
yeah.
guys? Huh?
I don't what you would
I
call
just be saying stabbing them.
stabbing it.
Stabbing them. All right, stabbing them, full force.
Right.
But he get into it with full force. He accidentally knocks some milk over. He has to make a decision to try to fix it. Don't work, and they start talking mad crazy to him, and he says, "Let me go. You're wrinkling my school clothes." And then they lift this man up and proceed to give this man WWF style beatdown, and then slide him across the table. And Bilal and Play just watch. I'm gonna stick a pin there because I just want to lay the land of the friendship. Later on in the movie, Play may see Kid, may not see Kid, but he said, "Oh, I gotta get back home to the party." He also pulled up on Bilal and didn't have room for Bilal, but had room for his equipment. Scratches up his whole equipment, not paying him for nothing. Then comes back for Bilal. Drives past Kid. Kid comes to the party. And Bilal says, "Hey man," Kid asks, "Hey, did the microphone? You got the microphone there?" He's like, "Yeah, but Play said, hey, it's just for him." So isolating him from being able to even rap on the microphone. You know what I'm saying? And then almost not bailing Kid out of jail, almost, before he finally had to snap into it. Taking out House Party 2 out of the mentality, because we know Play is even worse in House Party 2. What do y'all make of this friendship between the two? Like, what's the core of Kid and Play's friendship? What makes them stay friends with Play, or what makes Play stay friends with Kid? What's the dynamic there? What do y'all think about that? Because it's a crazy.
You laid out a lot.
Well, it's just different scenarios to kind of.
Right. No, I'm saying, like, when I watched it this time, I was like, damn, Play is selfish. Like, I was thinking that very quickly, which I never thought before watching it. I just Play, you're not really like peeling back the layers. But this time, obviously, with my grown up lens and my friendships, I'm like, man, he's so selfish. He's for self, but then I still feel like he has some loyalty to his friends, but like definitely self first. But as far as their friendship and their dynamic, I think there is a balance there. Of course, it's kind of similar to Shireen and Sydney, where Play is confident, he's smooth, popular. And the thing is, I feel like Kid was popular too, but he was just chill. You know what I mean? Like because even when he came to the party, everybody daps up, sup. You know what I mean? Everybody knew him, and then Play introduced him, or it could just be, oh, that's Play's homeboy. So it could have been one of those things too. But I feel like Kid held his own. He was awkward, funny, definitely an overthinker. You know what I mean? In his head a lot. But he wasn't a square to me. And that's always those dynamics when it comes to relationships or friendships. Like, who are you drawn more to, right? Especially if you think both of them are attractive people, then that's where the conversation has to kick in. And then that's kind of usually me personally where I lean. Like, okay, looking good is one thing, but what is your mind? What are you talking about? But yeah, the duo works, and neither character overshadows each other, but it's very clear that Play is like the ringleader. And Bilal, I think he's the realest one of the crew. Like, he's funny. The crazy thing, his breath stinking is just outrageous. Because he's having full blown conversations, like laughing and just talking a lot. It is like crazy. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why to make my boy breath stink? Like, why couldn't it be anything else? Because that was kind of a thing this time. Like, I don't even believe his breath stink, but they played it up well.
I believed it. Like, he's
They
mad
played it
loud.
up well, especially when he's like, you heard something? Like, to Sydney on the steps. Like, yo, that definitely was believable for the people just that kept going like this.
Bruh.
But I like them all three together, and I really like Bilal a lot too. We don't want to undercut his part of the friendship. So yeah, but you could tell he wasn't getting girls like that.
Mm-mm.
He was living vicariously through Play and Kid.
He probably was a virgin. I think Kid maybe once. I think Bilal,
Yeah, probably once.
none, and I think obviously play probably not as much as he plays it up to, but
Hmm.
he got more experience than these guys, so he can embellish.
I don't know. I feel like Play was probably he was probably smashing a lot of girls because you see a lot of girls in his car. Like throughout the night, he just picking up girls.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You know, and Kid, I don't know. I can't gauge it. He had that one rubber in his wallet that
That's the indicator.
so
That's
long that it was dried out, you know, and it was no longer able for to be used. But poor Bilal. Like, I hate that. Like, every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, dragon breath. That's so sad. Because I love his character, but that's just, Martin. He brings something to every, movie that he's in. And then such a small role that he had in this. It's not crazy small, but supporting character to the point where, you know, he was able to give just enough shine to the character Bilal. But where I think maybe because I didn't see this movie until I was in high school, it always occurred to me how selfish Play was. Like, but more so with Bilal when he like came to pick him up with his equipment. He had a girl in the car. And he's just scraping up the equipment, and Bilal's like losing it because he's like,
leave it alone. Stop. Like leave it out. Like, bruh.
and it like he was just so stressed out, and Play just did not care. He didn't care at all. And then he's like, I'll come back for you. It's dark outside by the time he get back. And even when he get back, he still got a whole bunch of more girls in the car. And Bilal was like, I'm not but then, you know, Kid is running for his life, and he passes him in the car. He's like, it ain't no room. It just leaves him. And I'm like, he is really wow. I
Yeah.
don't know if I could justify being his friend, but I always took it, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mo, because I don't know.
Hmm.
I just took this as kind of like maybe it's a guy thing. Like guys are a little bit more like he's on his own.
Yeah, like a little more scaled back.
Because I've heard guys say like if they go out with their friends and they don't necessarily keep tabs on everybody the same way that women do.
That's
And
true.
I thought maybe he's just like they know Play is selfish, but that's their homeboy. He has fun parties. He's cool. They vibe together, but they just know they can't necessarily always count on him in a jam.
I mean, it could be that. I guess it. When you watch it back then, you're under the assumption that they're best friends, and I don't know, maybe because they're a group outside of the movie. Maybe you're thinking about that when you think about the movie versus like in this movie. Maybe they're not best friends because they're obviously cool with Groove and um
Chill,
Skill and
chill.
Chill and Bilal. So maybe it's not a thing where we're supposed to believe that they're like best friends. They're just friends. And that could be a thing because it is like, and again, there is some heart because I mean, of course, we know he get bailed out, but the heart that I notice is when they do the battle rap. When they do the battle rap, there's this moment they're going back and forth, but then Play like it shakes up. I'm like, all right, bro, like it ain't even
Yeah.
personal for real. Like, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Like you could do that. So, and then of course I'm stepping in. Well, we're about to get into the party. Like we're gonna definitely get into the party. But their friendship, just to I said everything, but just their friendship. I'm thinking that we're not supposed to gauge it like best friends. I think we're supposed to gauge it, and I try to take, like I said, House Party 2 out of my memory, just dealing with this movie alone. So, because it's like there's so much. It's like because
I
play.
feel like they're best friends. I still feel like they are personally.
I see them as best friends. Like they have choreographed dance moves.
Yeah, but Kid was choreographed with oh boy, like they drinking that monkey oil. You know what I mean? Like they both was doing the dance right off at the grip. You know what I mean? That probably was just a normal thing amongst them. Like they yo, hey, come by my house. Like just like Chill was like, hey bro, show me that move. I've been wanting to learn it all night. Because obviously it was probably a new move, like, but they probably did that all the time, and he was like, "Hey, don't give up." So he's like, that probably was just normal culture back then. I'm assuming because that's the way it felt, at least. But I mean, yeah,
Like a quick move, like him and Play was doing like full on routines, like a couple of. So I feel like, yeah, kicking it like heavy, like you know what I
that
mean?
and his dad knew like his parents and what they, what they did because he's like they work nights just like me, or like just the way that they talk to each other at the end of the night. It did give best friend kind of in the same way Sydney and Shireen gave best friend. Um,
I wouldn't say it the same way as them. They felt like best friends.
I
Them
mean,
two.
in a in a boy way.
In a
I'm
boy
like,
way.
they felt like, yo, we rock with each other, but tonight happened to be the night we got a little closer. That's how it felt to me.
Or I'll say because Sydney and Shireen were just Sydney and Shireen, and I feel like maybe Kid and Play had more of a friend group in the beginning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they were probably best friends, but best friends within a group of
And like
other.
they clicked up the most out of the friend group.
Yeah,
Okay.
like with Bilal too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, real quick, because I kind of want the party on to be kind of like the conclusion of where we're going. But
Mhm.
what do y'all feel about the role of Full Force in the movie and those scenes in this film? And you could throw in, Pops, being like talking about I bought this house for 15,000, like any of the police, any of the little side moments, or kids dad going to search, all of that we can put this in this part of it before we kind of go to the party and conclude with the last few scenes.
Pops had a wild bar when he got to the party talking about, y'all here tearing these people house up knowing it ain't paid for. It's like, yo, wow, bitch, I didn't put it in the next section, but I'm like, yeah, that is so funny. He's a hardworking man, so
Yeah, he get that.
he gets it. It's so believable. It hits so hard, but
Hmm.
I just like that part. John Witherspoon, of course, another Pops. Like he
Hmm.
doing his big one out the window and
Rest in
hating
peace.
low key. I mean, he tired, he old, but like he said he paid 15,000 for that. I was just like, man, imagine now,
That
only
ain't
if it
that ain't even saying a lot, because that even in 1990, that's still not a lot. Like,
man, that's great though. Like I'm like, can they be that now?
boy.
um Full Force, definitely have to have them in the movie. They played a lot of key parts, a lot of quotables. I think they were necessary. Them being in high school, absolutely not,
Stretch Armstrong.
for sure. No. And I wish I knew their names individually, the other two, but
I do because I always write the cast down. So it's Stab, Pee Wee, and Zilla.
oh, okay.
Zella.
Yeah, Pee Wee and his liners. He the weakest in the bunch, of course, but the biggest talker, the instigator.
Hmm.
He getting stabbed even more heated. Zilla, he was cool, like he was down to, you know what I mean, down to put bills on their face, but he had a line there, like again, once they're trying to like set the house on fire, like Pee Wee and Zilla's like, yo. And Stab was really like out here to murder low key. Like you was trying to run kid over. Like you put it in drive and reverse. Like you trying to hit this man. Then you trying to burn up the house. It's like you trying to choke him out on the DJ. You know what I mean? With the dude with the crazy.
he probably was gay for real.
George Clinton.
Yeah, he talking about him.
That's what I'm saying. He probably was gay.
Keep thinking about him, man.
Hmm.
I'd be ready to
Yeah.
like what?
That I'm telling you, that's probably it wasn't written that way, but I'm putting my theory there is he liked him, but he was conflicted with his sexuality. He's, so he's
I'm like,
overcompensating.
yeah, like, why is he so pressed with Kid? Like, Kid is not even like he. I don't understand why you want to bully him so bad. Like, he spilled your milk. Really sorry. Like,
Yeah.
go get you a new milk. I mean, he did bump him again. I ain't gonna lie. That second one, like, hey, get your out of here. Like, just chill, bro.
Mo, that's a great fan theory.
I'm telling you, I ain't heard that nowhere, but I'm sure he probably won him like one out of three, right? I don't know if it's a stat, but like I'm sure. I mean, he the one with the blouse on. Feel me?
It's giving Pataki.
He the one with the blouse on is all I'm saying.
Out of blouse.
Gotta hang it down the shoulders, man. What's really going on? What's really bracking?
That's probably the most 80s thing about the
It
movie.
is. It's definitely 80s. I didn't look crazy, but for the record, like even in this movie, because they were buff, so it never looked crazy to me. But like, if I'm putting that in my theory, I'm selling all that in there.
I can see it. I can see it. But no, I do think that they full force is needed because they are kids' main conflict, main obstacle in getting to the party is kind of like outrunning them to get there. And so it takes this whole separate little side quest journey for him to escape them essentially to get there and then again,
Mm-hmm.
has conflict with them in the end in jail.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, them big hulking 30-year-old teenagers. It's the 90s. We
Yeah,
suspended we've seen it a million times, the old
it's a
teen.
comedy.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to ask that many questions, pay that much attention. It's just for the plot, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um John Witherspoon, of course, will always be an epic cameo in any movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the police aspect of it didn't bother me. It was just of the times, I guess, which I guess is of any time when you think about it.
Yeah.
Of course, it still ain't nothing changed. Um, but I did enjoy seeing Pop and his interactions with the police because
Mm-hmm.
just makes everything funnier. And it was a little comic relief in that, you know, situation where it's funny, but looking at it through today's lens, it is not as funny to me, the
Mm-hmm.
whole police aspect of it, because it really bothers me, but
Mm-hmm.
it was funny in the context of the movie. Um, but that's all I really had as far as getting to the party.
Yeah. Um. In the newer movie, I can't remember the actors, but they try to do like their version of Full Force. Some pretty notable actors. They did pretty cool for what it was, but it ain't. I mean, that whole movie it's just not this. Like I think I'll save it for another time. But anyway, Full Force, I think they did a good job. Crazy thing is, Pee Wee made the suggestion to dump Kid in the river inside of the fridge, bro. Like so, you was, and I don't know, and I feel like that was maybe it was a continuity issue, or maybe it was a ad lib, but it felt like you're not okay with burning up the house, but you're okay with dumping Kids live body in a refrigerator in the river, and then nobody had pushback in the crew. So I don't know. That was just a weird thing to me when of course it didn't happen. They went to jail, but yeah, Full Force that was a good. They were really good. But I do think like the leader, like he probably wanted Kid. Like, he wanted the Kid for sure. Uh, yeah, I back in the day I really liked John Witherspoon's part. This time watching it was like, it does feel more like improv. It feels improv, like to me, and I like the best improv. Don't feel like improv, and I think Robin Harris floated it nicely within whatever the script is they gave him. So but yeah, so let's get into the party and then kind of all of the events leading to like the end of the movie. Uh, So, what aspects of the party you want to talk about, Ash?
Just kind of give my overall on it. Y'all can kind of, but I mean, I think the party was dope. I mean, from the rap battle, I like when Bilal was doing the switch and they was just dancing with different people. I thought that was super dope. It had me so excited. It's like, dang, you just want to be in there. Like everybody and somebody is at the party. And so I just thought that was super dope. Chill, not chill, Groove when he dancing with old girl. I mean, he's a solo dancer. Like he danced with old girl. He back her down in the chair. And she out of there. Cause like, and then you got on this full suit, bro. Like it is hot up in here. Take all this off. He had jewelry and everything. He was definitely giving like grown man. Like I don't know how old
Bruh,
Groove
bruh.
was. He had the golds, the VVS's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Gold
he
VVS.
was there. Yeah, he was iced out.
He was definitely like you and Chill, like that was another weird, like if they're the two that's hanging out, that was a weird combo too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Bilal doing his thing on the ones and twos. Rap battle is definitely a memorable moment because we were rapping their verses as well. Again, musically inclined in our family, so I always like the back and forth with Kid and Play. Of course, Sydney and Shireen. They dance with them dudes and they really like dance with each other for real. They not even thinking about girl. They just having a good time with their homegirl. They not here for y'all for real. They want to look cute, dance, maybe get a drink and just have a good night. Um, I think the party was dope. Hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, what I wouldn't give to be at a party like this. Like,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
my goodness, they just don't do it like this no more.
Mm-mm.
It's like you want to be there. You like
Boy,
energy, the way people actually dance and have fun. There's no cell phones. Everybody's in the moment, sweating, having fun. Nobody's worried about what they like their hair getting sweated out. Everybody is really just
man.
interacting with each other, the DJ interacting with the people. You know, it just felt like such a vibe that brings about some nostalgia that you just wish you could go back to, which of course is why people still have 90s parties to this day because
Facts.
it's just a a different feeling that you get. Even the music, the way the music sounds, it makes you have to dance. You can't be at a party listening to that and not be on your feet. Um
Mm-mm-mm.
I love the rap battle, but of course the dance battle is my favorite part. Girls versus boys. Shireen and Sydney was doing a thing. Of course, Kid and Play take it. Classic iconic moves.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's done it. We've all done those moves at a party or watching the movie. What like it's iconic. But it's just I think it's one of the things that makes this movie um historical or like a classic is the dance battle scene. It's one of the most like talked about things. I could probably like you don't have to have been born in the 90s to recognize those moves or to recognize, like you've seen that scene even if you haven't seen the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it hits. The party was live. I mean, even every time Play opened the door and then he closed it, that he's back grooving back. I love that little subtlety of like he's so in, like, all right, I'm closing the door. Let's get to it. And of course, when Kid pulls up, they're like, look who decided to come out, and it's like, and it's amazing because it's just like we've all been there to some degree. Kid knows he got an ass whooping waiting. You understand? You know what I mean? Like I know, but now I right now I can't think about none of that. I can't think about that. I can't think about full force. I get right now. I'm trying to get there. I lost my rhymes, and now he coming off the top, or maybe he memorized it, but like now he's going back and forth with Play, but he's genuinely like upset that Play is doing the '80s style of rap. You know what I mean? And so he's like, and which is funny because that's a generational thing. A younger generation look at an older generation like, y'all still doing that? Like, so he was literally looking at play like, bro, that's so played out. And so of course they do the battle, and it was a great battle. And I love that he challenged Play, because Play, nobody else could rap with Play. You know what I mean? Nobody had the confidence, the swagger, nothing like that. But Kid was up there doing this thing, and he was getting the cadence off. You know what I mean? It's a lot of quotables there for 1990. They just had this movie has a pulse on the culture, the dancing, the music, the rapping, the style, fashion, everything. They had such a pulse on what was to come culturally. So that's what makes it work so well. But I loved it. I mean, of course, Pops pull up and he's checking through, and Sydney's like, I don't play. I don't play. And she comes up with one of the best excuses. Oh, they don't like people going upstairs because this. And he's like, I can understand that. Like your shoes and all that. And Pops ain't about to his dad ain't about to take his shoes off and go upstairs trying to see what Kid is. But that's when he's like, oh, hey, I'll be waiting for him when he get home. And so, Kid is like interacting with both of them, but then of course he ends up choosing Shireen, and they do their thing, and he's just teetering back and forth the whole night before hey, bro was pulling the moves out when they went upstairs, and Shireen was like looking at Play's mama's dress. She's like, oh, she ain't got no business wearing this. He's like, all right, baby, won't you try to, he was he was he was all in, so it was cool. And then of course Sydney pulled up, but eventually, he ends up walking them both home. And Sydney and Shireen have a back and forth, and that's how they speak about friendship, because uh, Sydney calls her a hoe, which is hilarious. But only friends could call each other that when they know each other's like history and what they got going on. Like, oh yeah, and eventually he goes walks Sydney home, and they get to know each other and find out they're a lot more like minded than they thought. And they almost get it in, but of course they don't. He get out of there, but eventually ends up going to jail, and they got to bail him out. And and then eventually, once they do get the money to bail him out, he got to get back home, and we know what's waiting on him at home. What are your thoughts on that sequence?
Yeah, I love that and Sydney had a chip on her shoulder for a second, like and then he was like, "Why are you so mad at me?" You know what I mean? Then she kind of had to self-reflect, like, he's like, what did I do? So, but then she still doubled down and had that conversation when they were in her bedroom, because she was feeling some type of way, and she decided to have a conversation about it. So, and he was honest, attracted to both of y'all, but you're the one I see as a friend. But he followed it up. He cleaned that up real quick. You know what I mean?
Boy,
you're the one I want as a friend, but I believe we should be friends before lovers. Trying to throw all that in.
Yeah, he should be running for president, playing the politics like that.
He tried to, because you ended it there, like the hezzy on it. I would have been like, but yeah, I like that he got to get to know her as they walked home, and like you said, you peel back those layers and realize they have a lot in common. They both want to go to college, and they about to get into it. And he asking her about the birth control, and of course he cared, and he ain't trying to have no kids. And she asked what he got, and we all saw the dried up condom, super old. The packaging was crazy, but yeah, like, and then that's where it ended on that. So that was respectable, and like no, we're not doing it unprotected. Absolutely not. That's why when Play talks about his actions in the car, like later, about if she was to get pregnant, was just diabolical. I was like, yo, he's really trash. But yeah, like he gets jammed up, goes to jail, and then they trying to get the girls back to help get the money to bail him out. I wonder how much it was to bail him out. I was thinking about that this time too. And
seemed like it was like a few. It seemed like it was like a few $100. That's what it seemed like. Like, I don't know, $600-700.
I don't think it was that much. Goodness gracious. Because that couldn't have came up with that, especially if the parentals ain't even involved. Like, y'all over here on like sneaking, ain't got no jobs.
Well,
It's
that's what made me say that.
it's the 90s. It's probably like a little misdemeanor, nothing crazy. And it's probably about $200-300.
Yeah, I'm like, but they come up with the bread and they get them out. But the fact that the guys in the thing were so eager to get the cheeks
Oh,
from
Lord.
kid was outrageous, like egregious. Y'all pulling straws for the cheeks. It's crazy. And then he talked to the old man like, "What should I do?" Tell him what Richard Pryor said. You know any jokes? So what's gonna happen? He was like, "Party over, lights out, grease up." What he said? He had some like lines in there. That old man, but
He's he's a iconic comedian too, but I didn't find his name in the cast listing with
mhm.
like credit, so I couldn't put him in there. But he was one of the voices in Bebe's Kids
I
too.
was just about to say that he was one of the voices in Baby
I
Kids.
had him credited in that one, but I can't remember his name, and I'm so mad at myself that I don't have him in there. But yeah, he's funny.
Hmm.
He has some little one-liners in there.
Yeah, I knew he looked familiar. He had a familiar face, so I'm sure I've seen him on something else too. But yeah, they get him bailed out, and Clay drops everybody off. And obviously, the boys see when Kid and Sydney get the slobbing down, right there at her crib. Like they like, damn, what's going on? Like I ain't seen Tisha kiss nobody like that since. Like in any
Mm,
of her acting and stuff, I've never seen her French down like that. Um, maybe this was before she was married to Dwayne, probably, right?
probably,
So
and
maybe
probably too. Like she still was
maybe
early because
sprung. I think she was kind of French and dude and sprung a little bit.
yeah, because maybe you're trying to figure out like the Hollywood standard. So you're thinking you got to go all the way until you realize it's like, oh, you only need so much to sell the shot. You know what I mean? Like you're early actors. It could be something like that too, but who knows? It could be like there was maybe a connection. Who knows?
But yeah, and then he get that ass whooped. So,
Yeah. Hey, it almost. You know what? I think Kid and Play they went to school with Martin and Salt and Pepper. I wonder if Salt and Pepper was ever thought of for Shireen and Sydney.
Hmm, that's
You know,
interesting.
and maybe they couldn't do it, but it seemed like when I think about their dynamic of being different, it seemed like that could have been a possibility. I might have to do some more research, but that was a sidebar. Anyway, Mia, what were your final thoughts of these last sequences?
Oh, actually, most of it, I don't have a problem with the whole Shireen and kid of it all because again, high school, your mind changes very quickly.
Yeah.
Think you like one person, turns out
Hmm.
you like somebody else.
I've
So,
had
but
that experience. Yeah.
and I actually did feel Sydney though on like she walks upstairs, she sees Shireen and kid, not doing anything, but playing, flirting, being touchy. And she likes kids, so she feels away. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. Enough to give him a little bit of a hard time. Cause yeah, I saw you macking on my homegirl, so I'm not gonna give it to you that easy. You have to convince me that you actually like me because I saw you, pushing up on my friend. And now I have to make sure that you know that I'm not just second choice. And I think, like you said, he played it real cool. He played it right. I see you as a friend, but I think the best relationships, start as friendship. Cute. I like it. It gives.
It works for sure.
It works. And I think it was a really great way to handle the birth control discussion, making sure that they didn't do it because they didn't have any great messaging for the
Hmm.
90s for teenage.
Facts.
A lot was going on back then.
Facts.
Very, very heavy on the safe sex,
Hmm.
not just for pregnancy. So I really appreciate anytime I see that in a movie, I really appreciate it that they handled it that way. Um, and I love that Shireen just straight up told Bilal, "Has anybody ever told you that your breath stinks?" And it was like they had been dancing around it the whole night, and she's just like, "Hey, somebody got to say the thing."
Hey, listen, if you ever get hit with the breath stink, like I got hit with that, I still there's this particular memory my cousin hit me with it before, and bro, I'll never forget it. Like that, he hit me with like he hit me with the two fingers on the nose and said, "Dude, your freaking breath stinks!" Like hit me so hard with it, bro. So I doubled down on it, just like Bilal. But I definitely like that stuck with me. I was like, all right, let me work on that. Let me get that together. But like, hey, listen, you don't want to be the stinky. If you anybody out there, if you're breath challenged, because it happens, some people just breath challenged. Hey, be prepared. I'm dead ass. I'm so dead ass. Like sometimes you just breath challenge. You can brush your teeth a million times, floss, mouthwash, but
You
sometimes
have to scrape that tongue.
you can
People are
do
not
you can do
scraping
that
their
too. But
tongue.
sometimes your breath, you still have breath challenges. You can do all of those things.
You're
But
back in the back.
I say all these things. But if you still breath challenge after going through all of the steps, be prepared. Like, don't be all in people's faces, breathing, hovering. Get you some gum, get you some mints, get you some Banaka. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be proactive anyway. So, but for me, a great sequence. I thought the bedroom scene was really great. It's reminiscent of the wood a little bit for me. Well, the wood is reminiscent of this because this came before. But it was good. There was a lot of jazz there. Definitely a lot of jazz. In that scene, and I enjoyed that. Uh, the whole jail thing, I'll speak to it in a later section. But there was a funny bar the kid said in there. He was saying like something like, "I know how y'all rock Hudson, like and Rock Hudson." If I don't know if y'all have ever seen, there's a Netflix show that came out some years ago that's supposed to be like this kind of loose biopic of Hollywood, how it was established. And the main leading guy, they changed his name to Rock Hudson, and he was like he was like a gay guy but playing straight. He was like this sex symbol. So like when kids said that, like, I know how y'all rock Hudson, like that that was like a bar. It
Mm.
just stood out to me. Like, I mean, he said a lot of stuff, but like I was like, oh, that was a crazy setup. So but yeah, it was enjoyable. I liked it more when I was younger, as far as like the whole, like they're in the lobby and they're like, oh, they care about kid. Oh, they're friends. They're looking out. This time watching, I was like, bro, get out of here. Like I just didn't, I ain't respect it this time. But but yeah, that's kind of the gist of that's our take on a movie like this. I mean, we could go for a whole another hour, obviously, because this movies like this always take long. Y'all can go back and listen to our Stella Got a Groove back or Love and Basketball if y'all want those super lengthy reviews. Boy, so with that being said, character you relate to or identify with the most, Ash.
Yeah, I'm going with Sydney. It's just very fitting, laid back. Um, she valued conversation. That's definitely me. Could be my psych major. You know what I mean? I'm very into, and I wanted to be like just one point in my life. So I went into my financial journey, but yeah, like definitely still got it going on, but just like low key with hers. That's definitely me. Obviously, I'm off the market, but there was a time where I was not, and it was very easy. So yeah,
Hmm. Okay, Sydney.
I
What about you, Mia?
heard you, girl. I actually went with Sydney too. I know what you're thinking. I am much more Sydney than Shireen because um within like my friend group, I guess, like with my one best friend who I would say is more like the Shireen to my Sydney. I've always kind of been the shyer or like play the back friend, and she's way more outgoing personality. And I think we balance each other out in that way. I'm like I wasn't I wouldn't say I was sheltered. My parents did not shelter me, but I did grow up a little bit more, you know, spoiled. I'll say it that way. Stop it. Stop it. No. That's not what I'm saying. I was not my daddy ain't own no chains of grocery stores. But but I had like the type of family life that I would say mirrors Sydney more so than Shireen. And my friends have always said I'm like the regime of
Mm.
the like if
That ain't helping. That
I'm a
ain't
little
helping.
bougie.
You shouldn't even say that. You're hurting your case.
Absolutely, we getting double.
Yeah, you get double heads on that.
She wasn't rich. She just was a little sedity. I could be a little sedity sometimes. But
Bougie is what the word is. I think you're looking for.
anyway, Sydney, I chose.
I can't believe this. We go on trips on this category. I can't believe it. I have Sydney as well. Just being the number two. Like people, if y'all have listened to all of the episodes of the Child Is Grown Up show, you'll start to learn pretty quickly that I'm starting to realize with myself, I have a little bit of an underdog complex from my experience, and so it's just always this thing in all of these like relationships and friendships. I always get put at number two, and I was the guy where my best friend, we were both handsome guys, but he was, and this is two different eras. There's a high school era and a college era, and both times I was the number two. It was always their name first, then Maurice. And that has been a reoccurring thing, and it kind of drives me in a way that it shouldn't. Where I want to be number one on the call sheet, not in the sense, I mean, similar to Ash, like I'm not on the market, but in the sense that I want to be looked at first. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the first choice. And so Sydney, I felt some of her pain, of like she's looking at it like I'm cute, she's cute, I got so much to offer, she got so much to offer, and it's like, why I got to be the second choice? Now, Sydney didn't do herself no justice with that outfit, but you know, that's a reoccurring theme even in Martin. Like Pam dressed better than Gina. But yeah, Sydney, that is definitely who I identify with the most. Get to stepping character you could do without. Ash.
The groove. I mean, I'm really cool with any of them. I didn't have anyone here, but I'm just thinking as you just asked. It's like if anybody maybe groove, but I mean, I didn't have anyone.
Hmm. I about to say more chill than groove if I had to pick between the two. But
That's true.
what about you, Mia?
I didn't have anybody.
Hmm. I got the police officers.
Fair.
I don't need nothing about. I mean, you do get some great moments with Robin Harris. If you don't get them, you don't get that. But it's just there's even a moment where we get the off camera scene where we find out that the police officers did police brutality on full force. Where they was talking about like how your ribs and this and that, and it's like that's just nasty work. Just like, and there's nothing funny about it. There's no comedic part about that. It just every time they showed up, I'm like, I don't need them. Lines that deserve to be slimed. Ash.
Yeah, I keep it light because I mean, there's a plethora. This is from Play. I have the house keys as well as the car keys. My parents are down south, way down south. We're in. This is from Zilla. You conscious motherfucker. Unless you got a serious sleepwalker problem, we can straighten that right out. Pops, I got a weight problem. Can't wait to eat. Bilal, this is why I don't be DJing for free, because niggas don't be appreciating shit. Um, John Witherspoon, when his wife asks, "What are you doing?" Calling the police. And then Bilal, when he was talking to Chill, "You bumped the table again, I'm gonna kick your fucking heart out." And that's it.
Great lines. Mia.
Okay. I have different ones. Surprisingly, I don't think all different ones. Um, I have the principal when she's like, "What on earth would make you call his mother a gardening tool?" After Stab called Kid's mom a hoe. And then the girl in the car, bitch, who you calling a bitch? Your mama's a sorry bitch. I just
It put
love
so much emphasis on it.
the way she said bitch. Has always, I felt that in my spirit because she meant that. Your mama's a sorry bitch. Anyway, Pop, I'm from a small town called Fresh Off a Cop's Ass, and you making me homesick.
Boy.
Um, and this is Kid. I wish I could come out and play with you tonight, but I'm a little busy with your girl on my lap.
It's a girl on my lap.
And then this is this is Bilal. Girl, you're so soft like my hush puppies. You're so warm and fluffy like a buttermilk biscuit. You make me want to squeeze tighter and tighter. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. You make a nigga want to sing. And that's it.
Y'all both got two lines that I had. I had the same the my family's down south line, but I did have a little bit more to it. Uh well, yeah, no, I pretty much had that. But I also got a line from that same scene. You like that? Do you like that? Check it out. It's playtime. Like the confidence he had off that scene. You like that? Do you like that? Like the way play. I just love how he sold that. Hey yo, this punk motherfucker throwing shit at us. You smell something? I smell pussy. Like, uh, your mama should have fed you before you got here. This ain't no soup kitchen. This is play when a girl was asking about refreshments. I'm getting those digits. This is from Groove. Uh, this is from Robin Harris, the dad. He said, I'm going to mind my fucking business. That's why I'm going. You got a problem with that, officer? We asked him, where you going? I had the line Mia had, I'm from a town called Fresh Off. That I had that. A couple more lines. Nigga got hair like Bob. Bob who? Bob Wire. It was a subtle one when they was in there because the toilet was stopped up. And then lastly, so now that we're friends, let's get to the loving. That was a line from Kid where they, got that established. So things you would change about the movie, what you feel they didn't get right, Ash.
I didn't have anything.
That's fair. Mia?
I didn't have anything either.
I got one thing. The jail part of this movie. We just don't need it. We just don't need it. And when I think of this movie, I don't think about that part ever. And when a part comes up, it always seems random when I watch it. I'm not mad at it. It don't make the movie. It don't drop the movie score in my head of how I feel about it. But it ain't needed. I mean, there's some good lines I could have put there, like, oh, like he's like, oh, I beat a cop with his own staff, like that whole thing. There's some good lines in there. It's like, what about you? I used to run a daycare. Like that's a scary scene, low key. Like, what does that mean? But we don't need it. Honestly, we don't really need it. They could have found a way to stretch it out more of that night before he got his ass whooped. Moral of the story, in your opinion, Ash?
Fun. Enjoy being young and live in the moment. Like the party just reminded you you're gonna have unforgettable memories with your friends and just celebrate having fun, laughing, dancing. Yeah. Just enjoy your youth and live in the moment and have fun.
Hey man, y'all too PC out here, man. What's hey, give me the real, man. What's up?
Nah, like I could have went deep, but no, this was really like such a light, feel good movie. Like this is what this reminded me. You know what I mean? Like you can't get these moments back. So it's just like live in the moment, enjoy, have fun. Yeah.
Okay, Mia.
See, I had an ignorant one, but
Go with that one.
No.
Like we two button up. Come on, man, loosen up. What's up? I'm the only one giving the ignorant morals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's your bag, right?
but it's the truth, though.
Is mine not the truth?
Well, no, let me not say it's not the truth, but I'm saying it doesn't have to be. We go to work and we're buttoned up. We're here. We don't have to button
Wasn't
up.
buttoned
We
up
don't
to
have to have a
me.
buttoned up response. We could have very loose Ash bag, Mia bag. We don't have to have it buttoned up. We can loose it all the way up. These people they rock with us. Like you can
That
give it to
was
them.
buttoned up to me. Like that was just like just a chill.
You
Like
said enjoy your youth. It's okay to be able to like. I'm with you. It's truth, but I'm saying like I know
a
you.
house party. Like
Give it
what
to
you
him,
mean?
Ash. I know you. Give it to him. Like
Guys,
Mia, what's up?
no glove, no love.
I like it, but that's well, that's the moral of the story of the whole film.
Whole moral
Of
thing.
Yeah.
okay, all right. But hey, listen, because I mean that's the whole point. They're trying to get at the end of the day. They're trying to get to the buns. That's fair. Mine's is some ass whoopings are worth it. Honestly, it's sometimes you're gonna get those punishment. But back then, it's different now. Like for kids that are younger that are listening, you might get on punishment, lose your tablet, lose your game system, lose your internet, laptop, whatever it is, you go on punishment. But sometimes it's worth the punishment. But for us back in the day, some ass whoopings are worth it. And I've been there and I've had those times. I knew I was getting my ass beat, but it is worth it. In this moment, he ain't get the buns, but he got to have a moment to redeem himself. He got to rap, you know what I mean, where he impressed some of his class, even his bros, even the chicks that that he was really interested in. And he had a crazy night, but and he went to jail, so he got a little bit of a rep. Like they got a story to tell. So some ass whoopings are worth it. And shout out to them putting that in the credits. And that's our film review for our third installment, House Party, that came out in 1990. Now, this last pick was the Stoop Kid selection. And let me tell you, the movies that were voted in: Secret Life of Bees, 2008, Almost Famous, 2000, House Bunny, 2008, and The Sandlot, 1993. I put it out on Instagram and I put it out on YouTube. And the votes are in. And the movie that y'all chose, not me, not Ash, not Mia, y'all voted and y'all chose the 1993 film, The Sandlot.
I knew it. I knew it.
Why you say that?
Because if we're really talking about summer nostalgia, The Sandlot is really like this. You can't really beat The Sandlot. It's classic, nostalgic summertime vibe film.
Oh yeah.
It has all the things. Kids, friendships, summer, like back in the day when summer was really summer.
Summer was really summer. Ash, what do you think about that?
I've been wanting to review this one. I think a few other times I thought about choosing it, and I just hadn't pulled the trigger on it. And so I'm glad we're able to review it now.
I ain't watched this movie in a long time, so I don't remember a ton of premise, but I have seen the cast. They're grown now, obviously, and I seen them like getting active out there on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this is cool. They were cussing and stuff, so that was like fun to see them do it. But I ain't seen The Sandlot in a long time. Obviously, I was 3. We were all of us was very young, so I'm interested in seeing this. So heads up. So that was y'all movie, The Sandlot, the 1993 film. Y'all go watch that before listening to our next episode. Also, just to give you a heads up, I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna try to keep saying it every episode up until the voting in August. When we get into our next rotation, I'm gonna give the reveal here. Our next rotation is hood movies. Now, for those that may not be black, that may be of another ethnicity or race, that doesn't mean it has to be black hood movies. It just has to be a hood movie. I don't think I need to explain the criteria, but just a little bit to throw out there. Actually, I'll save that for later when we get a little closer, like our third movie review. But our next rotation, hood movies. So y'all be prepared for that. Y'all can leave an email, childishgrownups3@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, The Childish Grown Up Show. Shout out to Ash Bash. Shout out to Mia B. Shout out to all of the Stoop Kids, our 100 subscribers. Let's get on the road to 200. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all ain't got to leave, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Peace.